Today on ELN Morning. Updates on a bill that can potentially affect residents of Alamance County, how some are reacting to the new developments.
ELN students, it's time to take a load off. Learn how every college student's staple accessory can actually do more harm than good.
Looking for a good read? Then it's time to head to the library, your Spotify library. Learn how the popular music service has more to offer than just tunes.
All that and more coming up on ELN Morning. Good morning, ELN. Thank you for starting your day in Studio A. I'm Ashley McGettrick.
And I'm Paige Peroso.
We start today's show with updates on a story brought to you Monday. Controversial House Bill 318 has passed the General Assembly and is now on Governor McCrory's desk. The bill proposes stricter rules for employers that are verifying whether or not their employees can legally gain work in North Carolina. It also had local immigration advocates concerned about its rules regarding what types of IDs local law enforcement can accept. Our Michelle Alfini took a look at how this bill would affect Alamance County if it becomes a law.
Since this legislation came from way outside Alamance County, it really feels like someone's just pulled the rug out from under us.
Ben Ansbacher is a member of Fairness Alamance, a nonprofit organization focused on immigration issues in Alamance County. According to Ansbacher, the stricter rules in House Bill 318 could set back their efforts to make the area more accommodating to the immigrant community.
It's just a program to make life a little easier for some of our neighbors. And taking it away, I think I don't see what good it does for anybody.
When the bill was ratified Tuesday night, it also included a section that made it illegal for government officials to accept ID cards from private organizations.
I do think it's a good idea to limit what we can accept as a proof positive ID from someone, and I don't think any non-governmental ID should be used for that, because I'd hate to see that expand.
But as of 4 a.m. on Wednesday, that section changed. Due to a technical amendment, the rule is now that law enforcement officials can accept these types of IDs if they are the only form of identification available.
Regardless of what you think about the national level immigration issue, this is a public safety issue.
Working with Blessed Sacrament Church, Burlington Police Chief Jeffrey Smythe helped bring the Faith Action ID program to the county. The program provides non-government issued ID cards that show proof of residency. While Smythe says these cards give the community the confidence to call the police when they need them, the Sheriff's Department disagrees.
I'm not sure I understand that, as far as why you have an ID is going to make you more confident to talk to me. I've talked to many folks over my career, conducting many investigations without having people present me an ID.
The Sheriff's Department has never accepted the Faith Action ID cards as a form of legitimate identification, but says they will look at the cards if they think it will help with an investigation. Michelle Alfini, ELN Local News.
While the bill does not take away the Faith Action ID program, immigration advocates are worried about what the bill says about another ID issued by immigrants. The bill says matricular cards or ID cards used by the Mexican consulate are no longer acceptable forms of ID. The same rule applies to other IDs that are not passports issued by other consulates. As of this morning, McCrory has not yet signed the bill. ELN Local News will continue to follow the story as it develops. McCrory must sign or veto the bill within 30 days or it automatically becomes a law.
Now in today's news, many along the East Coast are preparing for Hurricane Joaquin. The now Category 3 storm is still forming in the Atlantic, and areas as far south as Charleston and as far north as Boston are set to feel the impacts of the storm. Joaquin also has the possibility of gaining a Category 4 status. Our area is under flash flood watch until Sunday.
Last night, the House passed a last-minute bill to keep the government funded until December 11th. The reason for the wait was a battle with House Republicans over Planned Parenthood. Tea Party members wanted the organization to not receive federal money due to Planned Parenthood supplying tissue from aborted fetuses. The government now has 10 weeks to come up with a long-term budget solution.
And a South Carolina police officer is dead after responding to a call at a mall yesterday. Officer George Alia was one of 2 officers who responded to a suspicious person call. He approached and confronted the suspect before he was shot. He died from his injuries later that day. The suspect, 34-year-old Jarvis Hall, is in custody. And from the country to campus, Piper Kerman is a best-selling author, contributor to an award-winning show, and past prisoner. She came to talk to ELN students last night about prison reform.
My lover said to me, I need you to do something. I need you to carry this bag of money from Chicago to Brussels.
That storyline might sound familiar. Well, that's because it's the basis of an award-winning TV show about a character named Piper Chapman.
The animals, trap, trap, trap till the cages full.
Now Piper Kerman advocates for prison reform across the United States because 10 years ago, that prisoner was her.
But your lived experience, shapes who you are and, helps you find your path.
Kerman spent 13 months in prison for money laundering for a drug operation. Kerman spends her time now teaching at a medium security prison in Ohio that's known for its innovative way of prison reform.
Prisoners to earn the right to keep pets. And that is really remarkable. It's really remarkable how much that changes the dynamic when you see prisoners walking their dog down the hall.
She hopes to change the way prisons operate because she believes the system is deeply flawed.
If someone does something transgressive and potentially violent in our community, that our response is to put them in a setting which is completely predicated on hierarchy, dominance, and the threat of violence, and we think that they're going to get better.
The United States is almost 5% of the world's population, but the U.S. alone has over 20% of the prisoners in the world. And Kerman says education is the way to lower that number.
Kerman serves on the Women's Prisoners Association, which promotes alternatives to incarceration for women. She's also working on season 4 of Orange is the New Black.
With colder weather coming our way in the next few months, our Alex Hager took a look at reasons that students might be reaching for their sweaters now. Alex, good morning.
Thanks. Does it ever seem like classrooms are just too hot or too cold? Now, before you run to change the temperature, check this out. Some thermostats across Curry Business Center don't actually do anything. That's right, the temperature is controlled by building maintenance. Now, some newer buildings, like the Global Residence Halls, have more modern digital thermostats that can control the temperature. The Campus Office of Sustainability has temperature suggestions for students to help reduce ELN's energy usage and carbon footprint. We reached out to Physical Plant for a comment, but didn't get a response. So the next time you're a little chilly in class or even your dorm, the best solution may just be to bundle up. I'm Alex Hager. Ashley, back to you.
Thank you, Alex. That explains a lot about why I am so cold all the time.
Now, junior Taylor Zisholtz and freshman Lucy Smith-Williams are both on their way to helping One Acorn employees' dream of going to Disney World come true. We met with Lucy and Taylor 2 weeks ago when their GoFundMe campaign was just making its way across news feeds of many in the ELN community. Since then, much progress has been made. The girls have exceeded their goal of raising $6,500 and have instead raised $6,670. According to Smith-Williams, the emotion and generosity from the community has been quite magical.
The whole cause and just the fact that people are so excited about giving back to this one person in the community and just making a difference in someone's life is really inspiring to me personally, to see how a whole community could come together to help one person.
While I might be a broadcast journalism major, there are 2 ELN students that are taking major and minor to the next level. Coming up after the break, we'll show you the only 2 students with 1 major here on campus.
And coming up, Viola Davis breaks her silence on soap star Nancy Lee Graham, and stay tuned for a baby bump battle, all on today's Entertainment Corner.
While clouds and rain have been plaguing Elon for the last week, yesterday a little bit of sunshine did peek out.
I hope to see more days like yesterday, but here to tell us what the rest of the week looks like is our Emily Harrison.
Oh, thanks, Paige and Ashley. Don't put away your umbrellas just quite yet, as today is going to be both cold and rainy. Today we have a high of 63 degrees with a low of 53. Make sure to be extra careful today as there is a flash flood warning across the state. Let's take a look at our Elon 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, rain continues and temperatures will drop even further with a high of 55 degrees with a chilly low of 51. Saturday, rain is expected all day with a high of 61 degrees. Sunday is looking to be a continuation of Saturday with rain and temperature. Monday brightens up a bit with a high of 72 degrees and only occasional rain showers. Tuesday plans to be beautiful with a high of 70 and little chance of rain. After a week of rain, I'm sure I speak for everyone in our excitement to finally see the sun. Live from downtown Elon, I'm Emily Harrison. Back to you in the studio.
In a school full of communications and business majors, one might not be aware of one of the university's hidden gems. Our Ashley Fallenweider found one major with only 2 students in it.
First-year students William Tracy and Greta Warden are the only 2 students majoring in piano performance.
It makes you get closer to the other person in your program pretty quickly because you're literally like 2 out of 6,000 people.
How did they get to be the 2 students admitted into the program? Well, multiple applicants auditioned for a spot. Only promising students with a long history of piano performance were chosen.
They expect you to practice 4 hours a day just because of the amount of work we're focusing on and just the raw practice needed to become a world-class pianist.
Professor of Music Dr. Victoria Fisher-Faw, who has been mentoring piano performance majors for the past 26 years, works with Tracy and Warden through intensive one-on-one lessons.
It wouldn't be possible to teach 30 of them. So that's why it appears that it's a small program.
Tracy and Warden still take classes with students outside of their major and can double major. Despite their dedication to their instrument, they make time to go to football games and spend time with friends.
People on my floor actually always make fun of me because they're like, oh, Greta, you're just always practicing, aren't you? But at the same time, like I do try to make as much time as I can to do other things too.
And with all the work their major takes, at the end of the day, Tracy loves what he does.
I have a deep love for the instrument itself and the music it produces.
Ashley Fallenweider, ELN Morning.
And now we have Caroline Hartshorn in studio to give us the latest scoop on some Hollywood entertainment. Hey, Caroline.
Good morning, Paige and Ashley. I have a couple Hollywood topics that I brought for you guys, and I want to get your opinion, just kind of how we're feeling about these things. So I want to talk about Emmy Award winner Viola Davis. She won an Emmy, as everyone knows, for her role on How to Get Away with Murder, and Nancy Lee Grahn, soap opera actress, had a few words to say after Viola's acceptance speech when she said, quote, "The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is simply opportunity." Grahn then took to Twitter, tweeting, "Emmy's not venue for racial opportunity." Then I also want to talk about the battle of the baby bump. Coco is 7 months pregnant with Ice-T, and they're expecting their first child, a girl. And Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, as we know, they are expecting their second child, a boy. So the issue is Coco barely is showing a baby bump, while Kim definitely is. There's been a lot of recent debate about this, so just trying to get some opinions, guys. What do we think?
So you're telling me that 2 different women have 2 different bodies?
What? Yep.
What?
Yep, I know. It blows my mind too. It doesn't make sense. I think we should all be, who knows?
People
like
have
it affects everybody
different
differently.
experiences with pregnancy and their body.
Right.
Yes.
And then quick about Viola. How do we feel about that?
I think stay with your own issues. It doesn't really matter, right?
You know, everybody's got an opinion.
Right.
Not
All
too
right.
shocking that she has one.
Thanks so much, Caroline. Now for this week's App of the Week, we have Rachel Ellis in the studio to tell you about an app that you might already have on your phone with settings you may not be aware of. Did you know that Spotify is more than just for jamming out to your favorite music? This multifunctional app has several features that you may have never been aware of.
Available for both Spotify and Spotify Premium, you can now teach yourself a foreign language, listen to renowned short stories, channel your inner poet, or even further your meditation skills. by simply tapping on the Browse section of the app. By selecting Browse on the left side of the screen, clicking on the Genres and Moods section, and then scrolling down to the bottom of the page, a variety of different features will appear. You can choose from audiobooks, poems, short stories, guided meditations, time management tips and tricks, and language learning tools. So whether you're walking to class, painting your nails, or going on a road trip, you can now use Spotify for more than just music.
Thank you, Rachel. That is pretty useful to know. I like that. Well, more useful information coming your way, layers, patterns, and neutrals. Join us as we learn more about male fashion's biggest trends.
And coming up, our Meredith Stutz will teach you the truth about every college student's staple accessory.
This season's men's fall fashion is getting more attention than ever, and today we have the trends that every guy needs to know about.
So we have our Maya Eaglin here, and she's going to talk us through the style that men should be wearing this fall.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. So this season is all about layering and accents of color. So I styled 3 guys to show some different looks, and they're about to show us them. So first we have Justin with our casual look. He's wearing plaid, open button shirt, some dark wash khakis, and really casual boots. This style is so versatile and so easy to do, and thank you so much for having us. Next we have Gary with our layered look. So as I mentioned, style is
so dapper.
Yes. It's about basics, and we are having a jacket and some really casual jeans and some brown shoes. Super
kind of
casual.
A medium look in the range.
Thank you so much.
And I'm seeing a lot of things that not only versatile, but can versatile. I see a lot of those in my closet too, those items. Yeah.
Finally, we have
like
our formal look. We have a really skinny tie, which is so in style right now.
I also love the pattern. There are burgers on this style.
Really fun, really
and
fun.
palm trees, yeah.
We're layering up again, and we've got khakis and really casual shoes. Also, the socks, super in trend right now.
Love it.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
as the kids say.
On fleek.
All right. Thank you so much, Maya. That was
Thank you for having
great.
me.
And now it is officially October, which means all things pumpkins. So in celebration, I whipped up a recipe that just might have you asking for pumpkin spice cookies instead of your morning latte. Say goodbye to your pumpkin spice lattes and say hello to these Double Trouble pumpkin chocolate cookies. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients you need for the cookies: the chocolate ganache and the pumpkin cheesecake frosting. First, start with making the cookie bases. Scoop dough into 1-inch balls and put into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Then while the cookies are baking, go ahead and get started on the chocolate ganache. Now the cookies should be done baking, so take them out of the oven and put them aside to cool. Now for the pumpkin cheesecake frosting. It's time to assemble the cookies, but make sure you have an even number. Spread ganache on one side of the cookie and then spread the frosting on the other half. Then sprinkle graham cracker crumbs on the chocolate and stick the two halves together. Place finished cookies in the refrigerator and serve them up in 1 hour when cool. Yum! Chances are that you've heard don't carry a heavy backpack because it's bad for you. But is it really? Our Meredith Stutz joins us in the studio with a backpack impact. Meredith?
Yes, good morning, ladies. Yes, it does turn out that there is a safety limit for how much you should carry on your back. And here's how it works. According to the American Physical Therapy Association, the weight of your backpack should equal about 15% of your body weight. So to save you the mental math, here's a breakdown.
And save me from saying my weight on television.
Exactly. Amen, sister, yeah. If you weigh between 100 and 125 pounds, you should not carry more than 18 pounds. Next, if you're 125 to 150 pounds, the limit is 20 pounds. Finally, if you're above 150 pounds, no more than 25 pounds. That's the limit.
So what happens if you do carry more than you should over time? Just last year, get this, according to the U.S. Product Safety Commission, more than 28,000 people were hospitalized because of backpack-related injuries in the U.S.
Can I get me out of class?
I don't know. Carrying a heavy bag or just carrying it improperly, like not using only using one strap or not equally distributing the weight, can lead to sprains, strains, dislocations, and even fractures. Not to mention poor posture. So now, ladies, it's your turn. We're going to put our 3 bags to the test. So I have
purse.
That's right. We're going to test with the scale.
One shoulder thing, which I know is bad, but I do it a lot.
Yeah. So the same with your bags too. They recommend no more than like 10% of your body weight. So let's put it to the test. So
Cute
yeah.
bag though.
I know. I love it. Okay. So we just let it. Woo, yeah. This is the arm day. Arm day. So what do we got? We got around like 13 pounds. So you're safe. You're good.
Really?
Very good.
It seems so heavy.
I know. It's really weird. It's how far it goes with this one. Let's try it.
Ooh, oh my God, this needs to belong to the largest human I've ever met.
Okay, last one. Let's see. This might.
Can you even lift it away?
Let's try. Okay.
And this is a real backpack
This
that
is like
someone carries.
19 pounds. So
don't carry this.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about some tips. So make sure that you carry it properly. Use both straps. We're not in the 90s with the cool heartthrob, like both straps. And also make sure that you equally distribute that weight, as well as making sure that it's good for your back. And even consider scaling down, getting a smaller bag if you need to. So take out the things you don't need, like brushes, chargers, even headphones. They all add up.
Just the books, just the laptop.
So yeah, finally, just remember that size does matter. Just keep it in mind. That way, you are forced to choose what makes the cut for your size. And as always, I'm Meredith Stutz, and I have your back.
I see what you did there. I like it. Now let's pick up the tempo next as we continue to our fall concert series. Hey, as part of our continued ELN Morning Concert Series, we have the Shirley Tempos here to give us a performance.
The female a cappella group joins us today performing the hit and one of my favorites, Blank Space.
That's right, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow us on social media, all that jazz, and we hope you tune in next Thursday.
And we're going to have a great week, Elon. We're going to have them play us out.
Thank you, ladies.
Nice to meet you where you've been. I can show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. Running, spinning time. I can read you like a magazine. It's funny, rumors fly. And I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and I am. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. Or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over. If the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Cherry lips, crystal skies. I can show you incredible things. Stolen kisses, pretty lies. You're the king, baby, I'm your queen. Find out what you want. Be that girl for a month. Wait, the worst yet to come. Oh no, screaming, crying, perfect storm. I can make all the tables turn. Rose garden filled with thorns. And guessing like, oh my God, who is she? I get drunk on jealousy, but you'll come back each time you leave. Cause darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream. Forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over. If the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. I'll tell you I'm insane. Cause you know I love the players. And you love the game. Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless. Or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you Whoa.